Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to go over the 2025 Indy TT IndyCar Series races and ranking the tracks from, sorry, the ads everywhere, from S, A, C, D, and F tier. And we're going to start in order of the races that happened through the year. So first one will be St. Pete, then Thermal, then Long Beach, Barber, Indy. You get the point. So let's go right into it. I'm going to start off to St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg was March 2nd this year. There was one by Alex Pillow. Pole was McLaughlin, and most laps was McLaughlin. Yeah, there was the lap one crash, if I remember, and it was like the only yellow for like the first 30 or 4 races, and it was kind of crazy. But I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent way to kick off the year. I mean, and it was the first of the series, so you kind of had to put it up a little bit. But I mean, it wasn't that impressive. So I'm probably gonna put it here in C tier. Like I said, it could have been better, but it wasn't bad. So Thermal Club, boring race. I'll be honest, it was not good. Pato had the pole. Pato had the fastest lap. Pato led the most laps, but Pillow won, and it was kind of boring. No yellows throughout the whole race. And it's honestly, it was the worst race of the year. I have to put it F tier. But next up was Long Beach, which was okay. I mean, it was still pretty good for a street course. I would say it was better than St. Pete, but not much better. Kirkwood had pole. Simpson with the fastest lap, and Kirkwood with most laps led, and Kirkwood won. Kirkwood dominated the whole weekend, but I don't think it was as bad as St. Pete, but I don't think it was as like B deal. So I'm putting it here next to St. Pete. Sorry, these ads are everywhere. Really wants me to buy some Macy's. Next up is Barber. Now Barber was just honestly, Barber's usually super good, but this year was just not the best. It was kind of boring. But Pillow dominated. He had the pole, the fastest lap, most laps led in the winner. I mean, you couldn't really do anything against him. But it was a okay race. It was kind of boring, and usually you have those multiple strategies, but they just didn't really have it this year. I'm gonna I'll put it in C tier for now, but that might get moved down. But I mean, it was very mid. Next up is the GP. There it is. Also kind of the same thing, but there was a yellow, if I'm not mistaken, in this race with Malukas. Pillow had pole. Pillow fastest lap. Ray Hall was the most laps led though, because I do remember that now. When you get a pretty good shot till his tires, I think, just ran out. He didn't have any good tires left. Fell to like 7th, but Pillow won the race. But it was okay. It was just like a average Indy GP race. You can't really get good. Not really gonna be good. Not gonna be bad. It's gonna be a good race. It's gonna be racing you to watch if you live in Indianapolis. I would I would have to say it was okay. I think this is detail, but I think that's how it's gonna go. Yeah. Next up is the Indy 500. Robert Schwartzman was the pole position. Elio Neves was the fastest lap. Takuma Sato was the most laps led. He should have won the race if he didn't make the mistake on pit lane. Alex Pillow with the win. Kind of a underwhelming last 25 laps or so. They were stuck behind Louis Foster and Devlin DeFrancesco. But I mean, it's Indy 500. You could never go below a B. And the racing itself throughout the race was pretty good. The finish was just pretty bad. But, I mean, have to be A, right? Has to be A. Next is Detroit. Herta with the pole. Simpson was the fastest lap. Kirkwood with the most laps led. It wasn't a bad race. It was a chaotic Detroit race, like always. I mean, the hype was still kind of there after Indy, so I'll have to give it B tier. I mean, it was just a chaotic Detroit race, like it always is. So I guess B tier. Gateway. Gateway was had pole by power. Palou was the fastest laps. Malukas led the most laps, but Kirkwood ended up winning. I was at this race and I loved it. This is definitely S tier without a doubt. This is probably my favorite race of the year. It was so good. You had passing, you had strategies, and it was under the lights. It can't get better than that. Like it was just that was so good. Next race is Road America with Louis Foster was pole. Fastest lap was Felix. Scott Dixon with the most laps led and Palou winning. This one was alright. I mean, it was good. It's Road America. It's going to be a big, long, permanent road course. If you go there, it's such a beautiful track. But I would probably have to put it C tier. You had that close battle at the end of Felix trying to close him, but he just never was. So it was kind of like underwhelming at the end. So I would have to put it C tier. Next up is Mid Ohio, which I was at this race as well, and holy, that finish was amazing. I don't know if whatever these things are true, if he did do it on purpose, try to slow him down, try to give him a win. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Still a good finish either way. But Palou with the fastest lap. Nope, sorry. Palou with the pole. McLaughlin fastest lap. Palou with the most laps led, but Scott Dixon with the win. I thought this finish was really good. I would have to put it in B tier. I just thought the finish was really good. The rest of the race was kind of mid, alright. It was a little bit. It was alright. Wasn't much passing, but the finish just brought it up there a little bit. Iowa race 1 and Iowa race 2. I guess kind of. I only went Iowa. Can I add an Iowa? I want to add an Iowa. Huh. Maybe not. Didn't seem like it. Alright, well, like I said, they're both pretty mid. They were definitely improvements from last year. If it last year, they'd be an F tier. They were horrible last year. But in race 1, Newgarden had pole award with the fastest lap. Newgarden with most laps led, award with the win. Race 2, it was Palou with pole. Malukas fastest lap. Palou most laps led, and Palou dominated the race. I mean, they were alright. I guess I would have to give it. It's a short oval. It was alright. I would have to give it. I'll give it a low C, low C D. I mean, if they were combining them, they'll probably be a C. Because I mean, there's 2 races. You can't put it too low. But it was alright. Next up is Toronto, which was a really good race. This is definitely the best street course there was all year. There was Herta with pole, Herta with fastest lap. Palou led the most laps, but Award ended up winning. There was a whole bunch of chaos throughout the race, different strategies, and I thought this was a really good race. I thought it was super, super good, and it was really underrated. There wasn't that many people watch this race, but I would have to give it A tier. I think it's that good. It was like the best street course all year. Laguna Seca is next, with Palou winning. Palou doing everything. Got pole, led the most laps, got the fastest lap. It was good, but it was just a dominating show. It was alright. I don't know if I have to give it D tier. Usually Laguna is like my favorite race, but If the battle for second and third was for first, it would be like B or A tier. But it was just alright. So I guess I'd put like right heel. There was a decent amount of passing. There wasn't that many yellows. I mean, it was just kind of slow. Just Pelot dominated. Next up is Portland. Loomgard with pole, power, most laps led, and the he got the penalty, and that's why. Yep, okay. Loomgard had that penalty, so he got pole, but he started like seventh or sixth. Power with the most laps led and the fastest lap, and then Power ended up winning. This was this was a decent race. It could have been better. I mean, I'm trying to be biased because Power was my favorite driver, and he won. I was like, but I thought this race was really good. Like Portland, you had Loomgard and a Pelot hunting Power down, and then they got into it. I thought it was really good. A whole bunch of chaos too, and like kind of them back in midfield. Rasmussen trying to kill somebody. I mean, it was really good. I would have to give it. I would have to give it a B tier, high B tier. Speaking of Rasmussen, Milwaukee, Pelot with the pole, Maluka's fastest lap, Pelot most laps led. But Christian Rasmussen, oh my word, this guy was out to get him. Last yellow with about 20, 30 laps to go, put on fresh tires and he booked it. Like he was going crazy. The whole race though, I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't as good as last year, but it was still pretty good. I think this is definitely one of the better races of the year. I think I would have to give it S tier. I mean, it definitely wasn't as good as last year, but the finish was just so good that makes it S tier. Like it was it was just too good. Last is Nashville. I was also at this race. Award with the pole fastest lap. Award with the most laps led, and Newgarden winning. This was a chaotic race. There was a lot of yellows, tire failures, but I thought it was a pretty good race. A lot of passing, you know. Um, it was sketchy to drive. It seemed like if you were in the outside lane, but I really thought this was a really good race. It seemed like. I mean, I just love ovals. These ovals are all really good, except the Iowas. They need to add more ovals. I had to give this A tier. Like this is just it was just that good. So my final ranking. Sorry for the ads, because they really want me to shop at Macy's. S tier is Gateway in Milwaukee. A tier is the 500 in Toronto and Nashville. B tier is Portland, Detroit, Mid Ohio. C tier is Road America, Long Beach, St. Pete, Laguna. Now there's more ads. And Iowa. D tier is Indy GP and Barber. And F tier is Thermal Club. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.